We all thought we knew Michael Jackson, the superstar, the icon, the man who made the world dance. But in his final days, Michael clung to a secret, not of fame or fortune, but of something heartbreakingly simple. He carried a small porcelain doll everywhere, a fragile figure he'd hold for hours. This wasn't tabloid eccentricity. It was a private ritual, a way to comfort the child within who never got to just be a boy. While other kids played, Michael worked, rehearsed, and shouldered his family's dreams. The doll was a piece of innocence. He'd been denied a symbol of the childhood he longed for. In a world that demanded he always be Michael Jackson, this tiny doll let him just be Michael. It was a silent companion, asking nothing, offering comfort in his loneliest moments. Even surrounded by people, he was often alone. The doll told a larger story of profound loneliness and a man searching for peace. It was a reminder that behind the spectacle was a human being holding on to the most normal parts of life. In the end, it wasn't the music or the fame that mattered most to him. It was the simple, quiet moments like holding that doll that revealed his true heart. Sometimes the smallest things carry the deepest meaning. The This Is It tour was more than a comeback. It was a promise to his children, Prince, Paris, and Blanket. Michael wanted them to see him perform, to witness the magic firsthand. He poured everything into rehearsals, driven not by fans, but by the three faces that mattered most. Exhausted, aching, he still lit up at the thought of his kids watching from the wings. This wasn't about reclaiming his crown, it was about being a hero in his children's eyes. He imagined their wonder, their pride, and wanted to give them a memory to cherish forever. But beneath the determination was fear of letting them down, of not living up to the legend. Insomnia haunted him, anxiety gnawed at him as he replayed every step in his mind. For Michael, this wasn't just a show, it was a father's final gift, and the weight of that love was almost too much to bear. In the end, it was love, not legacy, that drove him. King of Pop, a title Michael cherished, but one that became a heavy burden. The world wanted the Michael of 1984, but he was now a man in his 50s, his body worn by decades of performance. He dreamed up revolutionary ideas for his show, but his body struggled to keep up. Frustration and sadness grew as he battled to match his own myth. Stress stole his appetite. He survived on fruit and juice, hiding his pain from everyone. At rehearsals, he forced a smile, determined to be the legend everyone expected. But the crown was a cage. He was trapped by the perfectionist voice in his head. How do you compete with your immortalized younger self? The pressure was relentless, both from the world and from within. In chasing perfection, Michael was fighting a battle no one could see. In his final days, Michael found solace not in his own hits, but in classical music, especially Debussy's Clair de Lune. He played it on repeat, letting its gentle notes fill the empty rooms of his mansion. The man who made the world dance sought peace in a simple piano melody. Clair de Lune became his refuge, a soundtrack for dreams and quiet contemplation. Staff would hear the music drifting late at night, a sign of his insomnia and longing for tranquility. The purity of the music was a lifeline, a rare moment of serenity in a stormy life. It revealed a sensitive soul, a man who craved beauty and stillness. In those final weeks, the echoes of that melody painted a haunting portrait, not of a superstar, but of a solitary man seeking grace. Michael's true self was found in those quiet moments, far from the spotlight. Sometimes the music we choose says more than words ever could. Michael Jackson's legacy isn't just in records or headlines, it's in the small human moments. The father wanting his children to see him shine, the lonely man holding a doll, the artist soothed by a simple melody. He believed in music's power to unite, to heal, to bring hope. He carried the world's weight because he wanted to make it better. The This Is It tour never happened, but his passing reminded us of his impact. We remember where we were when we first heard his songs, the joy he brought, the unity he inspired. His light was so bright, it cast shadows, but it's the light that endures. Michael's story is a reminder to lead with love, to find meaning in the quiet moments. Next time you hear his music, listen for the heart behind the beat. He gave us everything he had, and his legacy lives on in every note. If these stories move you, join us. There are more truths to uncover together. Michael Jackson's greatest gift was not just his music but his humanity.